everyone, it is Thursday, September 2nd. The time right now is 2:30 p.m. and I am here at Bathurst Station. And this is located in the northwest end of downtown Toronto. And I'll be taking the Markham Street exit here. And the plan for this one is to head on up to street level. And I'll make my way over to Bathurst Street and head south. And I'll walk over to Harbour Village. And then from there, I think I'll walk east over to Spadina Avenue, and then I'll head south down to College. And that is where a new T&T Supermarket is located. And a lot of people have asked me to check that store out, and I don't really explore around supermarkets or that sort of thing on this channel. But I thought it might be neat to check it out at the end of this one. So this here is Markham Street. There's a look to the north. And this area over here is Koreatown. It's one of my favorite neighborhoods in the city. And there is Arisu. It's a very large Korean restaurant. They probably have the biggest menu I've ever seen. Yet it's still quite good. And straight ahead there is the Honest Ed's redevelopment. So this here is Bloor Street West. Let's look to the west into Koreatown. And Honest Ed's was a large kind of discount store that operated, I think, between 1948 and 2016 or so. And it was owned by Ed Mervish. And now that space is being transformed into 5 towers, which I believe are all rental buildings. And here is Bathurst and Bloor. So straight ahead to the east is the Annex neighborhood. Just to the north here is the main entrance to Bathurst Station. You could also catch the streetcar and bus there. And now it's south on the east side of Bathurst. There's a look into the old green beanery. Don't know how well the camera can see in there. Doesn't look like I'm picking up very much due to the glare. That was a cafe, perhaps best known for its climate change denying owner. I've talked a bit about how a number of popular cafes in the Annex have closed in recent years. And this area is also known as Mervish Village, or at least the area right across the street there. And there at Lenox is the Randolph Theater. And I think that's now a private career college for those in the performing arts. That's located in a former church that dates back to 1888. And a block to the west there at Lenox, and the next street over, whose name is eluding me, used to be the old Victory Cafe. They've since reopened as more of a pizza restaurant on Bloor Street in the annex. And the backside of that church is known as the Annex Theater. And just on the left here is Central Tech School. That's a rather iconic image along Bathurst Street. And that school was founded back in 1915, and it's been featured in a number of movies and TV shows. I think the most notable being Good Will Hunting. That was also featured in Flashpoint and Resident Evil Apocalypse, as well as Silent Hill and the class of 1984. Those are the only ones I can remember. I actually rode my bike past here last night during a live stream, and this field was packed with people playing soccer and getting in exercise. So Bathurst Street here could be considered the western boundary of downtown. And I'll be turning left at Harbord Street just up ahead and passing through Harbord Village. And I also rode across Harbord in last night's live stream. Although it's a rather different experience on foot versus on a bike at night. And after seeing all the storms in New York City last night, I think I picked a good week to go. So I was there the week before that. I saw a few live streams from New York that looked kind of crazy. And here's Harbord Street. And I'll look into Central Tech. I think I'll cross over to the south side. I remember a car crashing into the Stop and Go several years ago. I think I even took a picture of it. I also remember popping into that Krispy Kreme on a live stream and buying a donut. Someone had sent me a super chat to do so. There's some neat artwork in this laneway. There's a lot of really nice residential streets that run north and south throughout this neighborhood. I'm spotting a plaque over here. Don't know if I've checked this out before. That is dedicated to a black Olympian who studied at Central Tech in the 1930s. It's always neat to pick up those little historical tidbits as you walk around. I was hoping to get a break in traffic here so I can go to the other side and take a peek at Croft Street. And it's right next to Good For Her. I think that's the oldest still operating sex shop in the city. I remember reading it goes back to the 90s. Oh, I've got a break in traffic. So they call it Croft Street, but it's really more of a laneway. And it's known for its decorated garage doors. There's also a number of laneway homes that are kind of neat. I did a dedicated video on that not too long ago. So you can find that on the channel. And here is Borden Street. So Harbord Street itself starts to the west of here, which is behind me at Ossington Avenue, and it ends to the east at St. George, and that's in the University of Toronto campus. And it becomes Hoskin Avenue on the other side of St. George. And that ends at Queen's Park. I think that fish and chip shop is quite popular in the area. And Herbert Village itself, I think, just sits between Bathurst, where I started, and Spadina Avenue, which is coming up, and that's where I'll be turning south. So to the north of here on Bloor Street, you'll find the Annex neighborhood. And to the south on College, just on the other side of College, you'll find Kensington Market. There is the Rock Store.
That your kid was so fucked, I had to play on the edge.
And back in the 60s, the city had declared this area to be something of a slum. And they had it earmarked to become a spot where they'd build a lot of large residential towers, not unlike St. Jamestown or Moss Park. And I think they actually started clearing out some of the homes. And that was to coincide with the building of the ill-fated Spadina Expressway, which would have gone down Spadina Avenue. Unfortunately, the residents and local politicians were able to put a stop to that. And since that time, the area has started gentrifying. And property values have been increasing ever since. And there is a really neat, compact urban gas station. It's a very clever design for that lot. I think it's always been a gas station there. There's Harvard Bakery. And you'll notice there's bike lanes here. I say that at a part where they're not obvious, but they went in back in 2014. And I think they were kind of controversial at the time. And they've recently been joined by bike lanes on Bloor Street, just to the north of here. This is Robert Street. A lot of these streets are one-way. They're residential cross streets, if not all of them. And just on the other side of the Spadina Avenue is the University of Toronto. I got ahead of myself. A lot of the homes in this area have sort of been chopped up into multi-units or shared student housing. Although I think with the influx of property values, a lot of them have been reverting back to just standard single-family detached homes. There's something I saw a whole lot of in New York, but you don't really see in other cities so much. Those external fire escape staircases. They're not known for being particularly safe. And here is Spadina. There's a couple of rival pizza shops just on the other side of the street there. Let's look north up to the annex. And that's a look into the University of Toronto's St. George campus. And now it's south down the west side of Spadina. I'll take this down to College. So it was proposed at some point in the 60s, this part of Spadina would be ripped up and replaced with an expressway. And that would have run right alongside Casa Loma, which is to the north of here, and cut through the heart of what is now Chinatown. There's the St. Vladimir Institute. And this block of houses here are all designated as heritage buildings by the City of Toronto. The whole neighborhood is. Although you can see this one has rather extensively renovated, or been extensively renovated in the back. That would have required some extensive permits and planning with the city to do. And these kind of homes are all around the Annex and the University of Toronto Campus Cooperative Residence. Is there a plaque on this? There it is, Heritage Building. Oh, it says when it was designated a heritage building in 1984. It doesn't tell me anything about the building itself. There's another campus co-op. And this is Wilcox Street. It's amazing how in the heart of such a bustling city you have such nice residential streets. And some not so nice goods being left out on the street there. Re-elect Christina Freeland. When you see a red sign, that means Liberal. They've been falling out of flavor these days. Blue signs would signify the Progressive Conservative Party. They've sort of charged ahead in popular polling. And orange would be the NDP. And any other color is pretty much irrelevant. There's the Green Party and the Bloc. A Bloc can only operate out of Quebec. And as we approach election season, we'll start to see more of that sort of thing. And straight ahead is the Daniels Building, known as the John H. Daniels Faculty of Artscape, Landscape, and Design. That was a handful to try to memorize. That building dates back to 1875. And it's recently been extensively renovated and restored by the University of Toronto. I was mentioning how they were going to build the Spadina Expressway down Spadina here. And this building would have been demolished as a part of that. It looks kind of modern from this side, but when I get around to the other side, you'll see how old it is. They did build part of the Spadina Expressway, known as the Allen Road, but that terminates at Eglinton. There's a CN Tower sighting. There's another Christina Freeland sign. So I'd assume she's the local member of parliament that represents this area. You don't vote for a candidate as much as you vote for a party in Canada. I've always liked the design of this public school. Here's another look at the Daniels building. Looks like the renovations might not be completely finished. And on the right here is the Scott Mission. It's a homeless shelter. And right next to that is the site of the old Waverly Hotel. And the Silver Dollar Room. That was a music venue that shut down, I think, back in 2017 to make way for this development. And the Waverly was an old 4-story, rather decrepit hotel that didn't have the best reputation. And it was said that the Silver Dollar Room would be restored and reopened with the new development. And just on the other side of College Street here is the El Macombo. That's recently been restored and reopened as well. There's a few really popular live music venues right on this corner of College and Spadina right here. And to the south is Chinatown. And to the southwest would be Kensington Market. And this area here along College all used to be tons of electronic shops, mainly computer components and accessories and that sort of thing. I remember coming this way to buy stuff back when I used to build PCs quite regularly. And I'm heading towards the new T&T Supermarket. It's a large Asian supermarket chain. They are owned by Loblaws. And I think this is the only Toronto location. They have something like 28 locations in total. And I guess it's a big deal that this one's opening up right in the northern end of Chinatown. They used to have a big location on Cherry Street in the Portlands, but they're completely redeveloping that area. And that was recently shut down. And there's a Canada Computers. And the Urbane Cyclist. That's where I got my single speed, I think back in 2014. And here's the entrance to T&T. All right, I don't normally film in this sort of place on this channel, so let me slide my mask on. This used to be another Loblaws branded supermarket. I think it was called the Independent something or other. Let's go take a quick look around. Oh, it's funneling me to the left here. It's an eating area. I'll probably move through this pretty quick. Guy right there. I'm kind of shielded my camera with my phone. So you enter right into the produce section. This might be bad news for some of the produce dealers in Chinatown. And Kensington Market has already lost most of theirs. Great Canadian lobster sold here. I doubt I'll get a copyright match from this music. There's canned food, dried noodles, rice, and cooking oil. Seasoning and sauces. I did used to regularly shop at the PAT, which is a large Korean supermarket. That was at their Koreatown location when I lived over there. And hopefully this gives at least a taste of what it's like here. Bye-bye. That little kid was pushing a cart out in front of me. There's Pocky and the Korean imitation pepero. I remember Pepero Day, I think that was 11/11. Cakes are always worth slowing down for. General Tso's chicken. Nothing says Chinese food like something that is pretending to be Chinese. $8.99. I don't want to get too close to these people trying to scoop up their food. All right, let's head out of here. And they have a self-checkout area. All right, there you go, the new T&T store. And that will conclude this walk from Bathurst Station down Bathurst Street to Harbour, and then through Harbour Village, over to Spadina, and then down here to College. And there is a streetcar over there, and I'm going to try to catch that. This is not the preferred way to get onto the streetcar platform, but it'll do. I'm going to take this over to College Station. If you wish to support the channel, don't forget to check out links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description, and I also have an Instagram account. All right, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. And if you see me continuing to record here, this is because I'm about to record the streetcar ride from here over to College Station. I'll probably keep the camera running if I can get a quiet seat and a nice view. And if I can, I'll just stop the camera. And you can look for this one on my Johnny Stumbles channel. All right, here comes the streetcar. And there's another one right behind it. So if this one's rammed, I could always take the next one, but I think I see it there in the back. This guy will take it. I'll just take the next streetcar. maybe I have a better chance of getting a seat with a view. I haven't done a transit video like this in a while. Although if I'm sitting next to anyone, I'll probably just stay quiet and shut up throughout the journey. I've got my trusty Presto card with a freshly loaded transit pass on it. Otherwise, wouldn't have had any issue getting on a busy streetcar. It's just having a seat by a window would be kind of nice. Let's see if we have luck with this one, which for some reason is back to back with the one in front of it. Oh, there seems to be lots of seats here. I'm gonna have my choice back here. Which window do I want to look out? Let me put my Presto card away. So I will be taking this to Young and College. There's the south side of College. I wonder if there'll be much glare from the back. If there isn't, that might just be the best view. We'll get a view into Chinatown.
Next stop, Beverly Street.
So the streetcar is heading east and I'm looking west. From where I was, I could have taken the streetcar north up Spadina to Spadina Station, and then I would have taken the eastbound train to Young and transferred north up to where I live, so that would have been one streetcar and 2 subway trains, but this one will just require 1 transfer. I'll get off at College Park and head north. And we are heading through the south end of the University of Toronto St. George campus. At University will be a subway stop, Queen's Park.
Next stop, McCall Street.
And we're just a few blocks away from that now. And that is St. George Street on the right there and Beverly Street on the left. I was hoping to grab a nice view into the campus, but instead we get this truck pulling out.
Next stop, University Avenue, Queen's Park Subway Station.
Park is coming up. It's where you'll find the Provincial Legislative Assembly.
Please look right for traffic when exiting.
There's not many people getting on here. Hopefully no one comes back here, but it looks like a few people probably will, just to be less awkward. I was about to say I'll stop talking, but hey. There's a look to Queen's Park. I'm too lazy to go over to the window, so I'll just zoom it. So if I look south, we'll get a look down University Avenue. If I look north, we'll get Queen's Park. And as pretty as Queen's Park is, I think University might be the more interesting of the two views.
Next stop, Elizabeth Street, Women's College Hospital.
There's the Mars building.
This car is about to divert off route.
Hey folks, due to a demonstration ahead here on the route, we'll be traveling south on Bay, east on Dundas, north on Parliament, back to route. Again, we will be diverting right on Bay, left on Dundas, left on Parliament, back to route.
Okay, so let's get off at the next stop. So apparently
Please
there's
look right for traffic when
a
exiting.
demonstration up ahead. Let's go see what this is all about. Thankfully, at least that streetcar has options to divert from. And if I'm unable to access the subway station here, I can always just walk to the next one, although I should be able to. I can always cut through College Park. Look at this inconvenience being caused. So here is Bay Street.
A friend of mine who was persecuted, Spadina police officer with the kidnapping and extortion division in Minnesota.
I don't know what this is about, but I think I could guess at this point.
Are managed by the Venezuelan government. Like the main production of Cuba, it's cocaine. Thank you, Escobar Gaviria, who taught me in Castro how to make cocaine. That's why when you move sugar, which is a white powder, you can move another white powder, and no one knows what that is.
All right.
Now, what do you do to the police officers in Cuba and Venezuela, Bolivia,
As I'm heading inside, I have slipped my mask on.
They have all of your information, all of your personal information. They open bank accounts that you don't know about. So you can feel ready to come tell you, right? They open bank accounts.
New federal state of China. That seems ambitious.
It's not easy. So you turn around and try to go out. What's going to happen? The DEA, Interpol, CIA, everybody's going to be after you. That's what happens to the police officer and the soldiers in places like Cuba. Even if they don't want to.
We love you guys. Thank you for your work.
You grew up believing the someone above you is going to protect you.
And the reason for this location is it's right in front of the Toronto Police Headquarters. They're often protesting here or at Queen's Park down the street, which is where the Provincial Legislative Assembly is. There's Franz. And here is Yonge College. Carlton Street being on the other side. But I imagine traffic will be quite backed up on Carlton. All right, time to complete this video. It started all the way up at Bathurst Station, although I'll probably divide these last parts into a few different segments. I'm gonna head down into the subway here. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to whichever channel you're watching this on. Probably my second channel, Johnny Stumbles. So I'll head down to the northbound line.
Yes, he told me, and I spoke with him. I told him I'd be here for
And this will take us down to the northbound train. All right, I'm gonna turn off the camera while I wait for the train here. So if you wish to support what I do on YouTube, you can check out channel memberships on my main page and Patreon membership. There's a link to that in the description, as well as a link to my Instagram account. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next one.